Do you know what the biggest secret of original, sweet little baby carrots is? Well, it's simple. There's no such thing. You don't see them. I'm not holding them in my hand.
Take a look at this! Jesus Christ!
There actually isn't any variety of baby carrots that's grown, nor are they harvested early while they're still young. This invention, which sells hundreds of millions of pounds every year, is actually just a simple marketing gimmick, a trick that clever farmers used to sell you something you originally didn't even want to buy. Except now they're charging you 4 times as much for it.
Take my money, take it all!
But at least in this video, you'll see that you can turn even the trash lying around on the ground into a huge business, generating hundreds of millions of dollars a year. Seriously. Okay, so imagine it's the 70s and 80s. Your name is Mike Yarosek, and you own a huge carrot farm in California, one of the biggest in the world. But you, Mike, have one big problem. Bigger than your field. Every single day, you end up growing nearly 900,000 pounds of carrots for nothing. A full 70% of your entire harvest can only be served to your pigs as slop.
But why so much, Philip?
You ask? It's not because you're a bad farmer, or because the carrots are spoiled or not sweet enough. They're just regular, classic, tasty carrots. Your pigs supposedly ate so many of them that they eventually turned orange. The only problem with these carrots is that they don't look pretty. They're not exactly up to the supermarket charts and standards, and they don't have the precise length and thickness. If it's twisted, or too big, or too fat, or if it has 2, 3, or even 4 legs instead of 1, the stores won't take it because they claim their customers wouldn't buy it. It would just be extra work for nothing. I'm not making this up. That's really how it was. Just imagine that poor farmer. After his carrot survived pests, diseases, bad weather, and after he invested so much time and money into it, he might have to throw it away. And this really bothered Mike for decades. He just didn't know what to do about it.
How? I don't know!
Until finally, out of the blue, in 1986, he got an idea from companies that produce frozen vegetables. It was there that he noticed they chop everything up into small pieces before freezing so that it cooks as quickly as possible in the pot. That was exactly the moment when Mike said to himself,
I'll do the same thing, except I won't freeze it.
So he grabbed that big, ugly carrot nobody wanted in one hand and a regular potato peeler in the other. And he grated and grated and grated. And after 10 minutes, when he had finally carved out his first baby carrot and still had 20 more to go just to finish the first pack, he realized,
Wow, this is actually a lot of work.
To speed up the whole process, he bought a bean slicer, a big industrial machine that would cut the large carrots into uniform 2-inch blocks. Then he rounded those blocks into little cylinders, so they'd look like cute baby carrots you could eat right away. Sweet. In the end, he packed them into a clear bag, called it Bunny Love, and put a picture of a cartoon bunny in love on the packaging. He was definitely following this fantastic marketing channel and knew how important brands and mascots are, especially when you're selling the same product as 1,000 other competitors. And he even painted orange stripes on those clear bags, because then everything inside creates an optical illusion that makes it look more orange. Notice that to this day, all supermarkets and all producers do this. They put orange oranges in orange nets and yellow lemons in yellow nets. They do all this because the color then looks richer and more vibrant than it actually is. And do you know what all this did to Mike's sales? Suddenly, the same stores that didn't want to take all his crooked produce because nobody would buy it, didn't want anything else from him except those baby carrots. They were flying off the shelves. Customers not only started eating more baby carrots instead of the regular big ones, they suddenly started eating them as a substitute for other foods. instead of other vegetables, rice, and even chips. That's because some clever farmers hired even smarter advertising people. And they found out that if they wanted to convince teenagers to buy and eat carrots instead of things like Coke and chips, they have to make them look cool. So they packaged them in stylish wrappers and started selling them to parents and supermarkets and to kids in vending machines and school cafeterias. From a pricing perspective, it gets even funnier. While a pound of regular carrots usually goes for about 60 cents at the supermarket, a pound of baby carrots will run you anywhere from $2 to $3. You really do pay a lot of money for convenience, packaging, and great marketing. So even though it was the same vegetable, just packaged differently and more expensive, just 1 year after Mike introduced baby carrots to the market, carrot consumption in America increased by 30%, and within 10 years by 120%. Today, the average American eats 9 pounds of it a year, and it's become a multi-billion-dollar business. But even that wasn't the end of it. With his creativity, with the flap of his butterfly wings, Mike sparked a new way of thinking in people all over the world. He proved that something considered waste can become a hit. You just have to package it differently.
One man's trash v another man's treasure.
Years later, supermarkets built on these very zero-waste principles. With apples, beets, mangoes, and tomatoes. Being organic, eco-friendly, and zero waste became a trend. For example, shopkeepers in Thailand started wrapping vegetables in banana leaves. That way, you didn't have to use a plastic bag. People on social media went crazy over it. These photos got millions of views and tens of thousands of shares.
I love this!
Customers were tagging competing supermarkets, even those in neighboring countries, urging them to do the same. In Japan, they came up with stands that farmers themselves can set up right by the roadside, but they can also put them up at bus or tram stops and display their unsellable, ugly fruits and vegetables there. These kiosks are unattended and operate on a trust system, meaning you can pay as much as you think is appropriate for the goods. You just need to drop the money into the cash box. But they also have QR codes in case you want to pay online. This way, growers can try out direct sales and get paid even for products that stores don't want. In fact, what really shocked me is that something like this even works back home in Slovakia. For example, a stand like this one. They sell beautiful cut flowers there. Pick the ones you like and just drop your coins in here. Another interesting example is a self-service stand with strawberries and watermelons. Again, you choose what you want and pay into the cash box. And if you expected that someone would immediately steal the cash box along with the stand and the produce, the owner said that his experiment turned out better than expected, and that no money ever went missing. On the contrary, there was even more money in there. Have you seen anything like this in your country? Let me know in the comments. But the real highlight of the whole unwanted carrot and vegetable business was this guy, Abi Ramesh. You probably haven't heard of him. Back in 2017, Abi and his girlfriend were picking apples on a farm in Pennsylvania, and there he noticed that a lot of them were just lying around on the ground. Nobody was paying attention to them, so he asked the farmer,
"What do you do with these? There are so many here."
And the farmer told him that they either feed them to the pigs or throw them on the compost heap. That's because if they're bruised or even just a little deformed, no store wants them anymore, just like those carrots. And that's exactly when Abi's bio-eco-zero-waste light bulb went off, and a business idea was born.
I'll sell what nobody wants, of course.
So he found a list of all the farms in the area, the ones that grew organic fruits and vegetables, and he called them all with an offer they couldn't refuse.
I'm going to make them an offer he can't refuse.
He told them that those second and third grade plums, peaches, apples, tomatoes, onions, the ones that had fallen on the ground, the ones the farmers usually threw away, he would buy them from them. Of course, at a significant discount. And once he had negotiated with the suppliers, what do you think happened next? What did he do? Did he buy a truck and start buying everything up in bulk? Not at all. Real startup founders don't have that kind of money. Real startup founders know very well that first, they need to test as quickly and cheaply as possible whether there's actually any market interest in their idea. So, for a few $100s, he bought some fruit. By the way, he stored it at home, in his living room, behind the couch.
I had like peaches, apples, tomatoes, onions, all in my apartment.
He had a logo designed for $150. He quickly threw together a website himself, using Shopify. He called it Misfits Market. What a joker. And once he had all that done, he put the rest of his time and every bit of money the banks would let him overdraw on his 5 credit cards into advertising, distribution, into King Kong. In his ads, he promoted foods that were of excellent organic quality, tasty, sweet, packed with vitamins, and offered at a great price. They just probably wouldn't win any beauty contests. And since Abby had no idea how much of anything he actually had in stock in that living room behind the couch, he sold mystery boxes. Basically, surprise crates. So basically, you had no idea what you were going to get. All you needed was the feeling that you were helping the environment, doing something good for your health, and saving money at the same time.
Damn good deal.
This really caught on, and by the end of 2018, he was shipping out 200 boxes a week. And finally, once he got things running smoothly, with a stable website and reliable suppliers, March 2020 arrived. Global lockdowns hit, and basically the online grocery store Misfits Market skyrocketed into the stratosphere. While all the competition had to shut down their operations because of government regulations, Abby had to stop accepting new customers after 45 days due to overwhelming demand. Today, his market for unwanted fruits and vegetables, which was originally built on Shopify for $20 a month, has annual revenues in the hundreds of millions of dollars and a valuation over $2 billion.
Nice.
But at least you all can see 3 things right away. First, that you can build a huge business, even from trash on the ground. You just have to look around and think outside your box. Second, how important timing is in business. Even big brands could tell you all about that in detail. Apple with their digital diaries, Microsoft with tablets, Kodak with digital cameras, Google with augmented reality glasses. And third, if you want to succeed, you need a good bit of luck, so the whole thing doesn't fall apart over 1,000 little details, with the added note that people who try the most and work the hardest tend to experience a lot more luck and coincidences than those who just sit on the couch and complain. It's so simple, I should have thought of that myself. Oh, look, the Minions are on. So finally, stop wasting hours every day mindlessly scrolling on social media. All that will do is make you feel bad. Get up and start working on your own dreams too. Be like Colonel Sanders, that white-bearded grandpa from the KFC logo. This guy! Before he succeeded with his famous fried chicken recipe, he was supposedly rejected 1,009 times. 1,009 times. And he never gave up. How many times would you have to be rejected before you gave up?